All right, so picture this. Whoa, that's loud. So, Israelites and the Philistines are at war, and it's intense, it's bloody, it's a total mess. And the Philistines decide that they want to save some bloodshed and have only two people fight. And so they send forth their strongest guy, their champion, and his name is Goliath. Would you please welcome to the stage Mr. Scott, playing the part of Goliath for us today.
Yep.
So Mr. Scott is about 6'4", and if I stand right down here, that's about how tall Goliath would have been right next to me. Goliath makes me look like a baby. So he's a big guy, and he comes forth, and he's talking to the Israelites, and he's saying, all this stuff. He's, jesting at them. And the Israelites are terrified, and he says, you send forth your champion, I'll fight him. Whoever wins, wins the war. I kill your guy, you're enslaved to us. You kill me, we're enslaved to you. And the Israelites are terrified. He comes up 40 days in a row and offers this jest. And then one day, teenage shepherd boy named David comes along, and David challenges the giant. Would you please welcome to the stage, representing David, Miss Gabby Bellina. So David comes along, and he's like, why are you guys scared of this guy? God's on your side. What are you doing? And so, they're like, well, he's a giant guy. He's scary. And David's like, fine, I'll go fight him. And they're like, bruh, you can't do that. Like, you're insane. Well, who do you think you are? You can't just go and do that. And he's like, yes, I can. You're a little pipsqueak kid. Don't care. God's on my side. And so, little did they know that David was more than what met the eye. And this is true in this instance as well. You see, Gabby works out all the time, and she carries pepper spray. If these two were in a fight, I don't know what would happen. It would be pretty intense. So what happens is David goes to a river, and he gets 5 smooth stones, and he grabs his sling. And then he goes to the battle line, and Goliath taunts David and says, are you a dog that you come at me with sticks? He says, am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? And David's like, don't care, God's on my side. And so David, he slings around that stone, slugs it at Goliath, and it hits Goliath right in the forehead, sinks straight in. Goliath falls to the ground. David runs up, cuts off his head, and Israel wins the war. It's an incredibly inspiring story. It's one of my favorite Bible stories. But the application that I want to take away for us today is that people are not always what meets the eye. It's never the people that we think and we look at and say, that person's going to be successful. That's not usually what happens. You see, we should judge people not based on how they look, but we should judge people based on their merits instead. Paul says to Timothy in the New Testament, he says, don't let anyone look down on you because you were young. And in 1 Samuel chapter 16, talking about David, it actually says that the Lord looks at the heart when man looks at outward appearances. David had his outward appearance of being a young teen shepherd, but really he was a fierce little warrior, and he had killed a lion and a bear with his bare hands, and he was capable of killing Goliath. So don't judge people based on how they look. Judge them instead on their merits. Thank you for your time.